Bold learning means to take charge. You really have to be active in the classroom if you want to succeed. It's not just about, taking notes and being bored. You can engage yourself in the classroom, and that's how you learn, that's how you succeed.
Bold learning, it's like be strong and confident in what you're learning and like your answers and how you choose to answer things. Because all the teachers, they're here to help you, they're here to teach you, and I feel like it's like be strong, be confident.
When you step into a classroom, you're automatically like being challenged, and it's kind of like, are you up to the challenge? Like, will you rise to it, I guess? And like, what will you take with the education that you're giving us? Like, what will we do with it? How will we like use it in like our everyday lives?
I think to me, the term bold learning refers to learning that's direct, but also encourages risk-taking. Like, I feel like if I'm taught something, I'm expected to use that material and not just like take a test and move on with it. And I feel like it's bold in that I will be taught something and I will be tested on it, but then I'll actually go out and use this stuff like within the school or outside of school even.
My favorite class is biology because the teacher kind of relates to us and uses things that we like to teach us, and we make jokes with him. So,
favorite class here would have to be vocal rep because of how specialized it is. It's really musically based, but because of the teaching and Mr. Gucciardi, the way he helps us express ourselves through music, it's really more like a free period with a bunch of friends that I've come to it like over the year I've been here. He does crack the whip when it's time, and I appreciate that because it helps me to learn and improve my singing and performances. And another reason I really like it is because last year he took us on a trip to Maimonides Park where we sung at a nationalization ceremony, and that was a very nice thing to do. It made me feel deeper and connected with St. Edmund Prep and the community here in Brooklyn.
I think my favorite class was probably like global because I love to learn about like the past, but like my global teacher also like brings the present into it and lets us like make our own interpretations of what we think happened, and it's like a very free class where we have like a lot of freedom to like speak our thoughts and stuff.
I'd probably say my favorite class is IB Physics because my teacher, Mr. Wagner, I really like his class. It's that things in his class in IB Physics are really hands-on. We'll learn material, but then we'll actually demonstrate and use it. Like, we'll collaborate and group works to prove certain things that we learn in class. Like recently we've done a lab where we learned about Newton's 3 laws, and then we worked on a lab where we demonstrated these actual principles and worked on it together in groups. And I feel like it's very hands-on and very collaborative, and it's always something new in this class.
So I've taken both AP classes and IB classes, but junior year I did decide to go full IB, and it's because of the more holistic view of it. With the AP classes, it was very much a rigorous class for that one subject. Being a full IB student, I have classes such as theory of knowledge, which is very philosophical, and you learn more about like why do people think that way, what is the ethics behind learning, what is your responsibility as a student who is learning all this information, what's your responsibility in the world to move on and to like enforce what you've learned and to teach others. And I think that holistic view really appealed to me. I want to be an engineer, and there's a very holistic view to that of like, how do you apply your learning to the future? How do you apply it to buildings? How do you apply it to whoever needs it?
Admittedly, the workload is heavy, but I always feel like time management is something that is kind of expected of us. Like, the work is heavy, but it's not necessarily hard work or it's stuff that I can't do. I know that I can do it, and my teachers really do encourage me to do it. But I have to go on my own to manage my time and make things work out for myself, because I can't just expect everything to be handed to me. And I think that it's really fostered and nurtured here, those ideas that in the real world, we're gonna have to be, when we're on our own, we're gonna have to have good time management skills. And I think that's like the most important thing about it.
IB is focused a lot on writing and understanding a lot of the why things happen. And so by going through IB, I've become better at looking into questions more deeply and understanding what happens. And I've become more adapted to wanting to know more information than just the surface level, and has also increased my writing ability. I can now write great essays in half the time it used to take me because of how much time you put into becoming a better writer and the best learner you can be.
The continuation of the curriculum. So when you're building off, for an example for IB Bio, you're building off what you learned from the first year to the second year, and it's a direct correlation of the two. And then when you take your final test, it's a conjunction of the 2 years you took entirely, and it's like a big learning experience.
I chose to take AP US History because I had an interest in history before, and taking it now, it's really rigorous and it's a lot of coursework, but it's worth it because you get to really dive deep into history and look at all the details. And the teachers that we have here, they prepare you really well for the AP exams, and they make sure that you score high. So not only is it interesting, but you get also college credit out of it. So it's a great experience and great opportunity.
I feel like the AP courses go into a lot more in depth of the material. I feel like the normal courses are if, you just want to learn a basic level about this topic. You're not particularly very interested in it, but if this is something you're passionate about, or you're just passionate about learning in general, I feel like the AP courses are really good. For me, AP Computer Science was really good because this is something I'm already passionate about, and taking this class helped me to really further my knowledge of the topic.
The work, I would definitely say, isn't as easy as you would seem. Like, you would learn this and it's like going up steps, except sometimes they want you to jump from step to step instead of going up. And I appreciate that because it helps me realize, hey, I thought I couldn't do this, but now I'm doing this backwards.
I definitely feel challenged because I'm taking mostly IB classes and some AP and some college level classes. The workload is tough, but if you get through it, I'm pretty sure I'm comfortable for college.
They want you to understand the topic at your level, and then when they challenge you through the questions and the tests, that's how they see, oh, they can get to this level, but right now they're here. They want you to get to the highest level that you can be.
Learning here, it's all fun. It's all relatively fun and pretty simple. All the teachers, they make it, easy and fun to learn, and I want to be here. I want to see my classes and challenge myself.
As an IB student, I came in as an honor student as well. I've always had a smaller class size for my core classes, but I know that no class is very big. It's all got that community-based learning. It's bold learning, it's uncommon learning, and we learn hands-on. So you learn through action, and there's not sitting there taking notes and just listening to a lecture. Everything we do, there's a practical side to it. So through math, we see how math is applied in real life. We do science experiments. We see how history is applied to the future. So the community is always there no matter what class it is, and there's a class for everyone depending on your learning style.
It just feels like it's kind of like a conversation. Everyone's allowed to speak their own opinion, add their own information to the topic that we're learning, and the teachers give us the opportunity to say what we need to say and correct us if we're wrong. But we're allowed to speak our mind and what we feel about the things we're learning.
Well, at first, it was really scary. I was a little bit, just when I started to come in, I was like, whoa, this is a lot. But then as I got to know everybody, I got to know my teachers, I got to know the course, the workload, it wasn't as overwhelming as I expected it to be. It was more, the teachers are very helpful, and the course load, it's not crazy. It's not like an AP class or an IB class. It's more, you have to challenge yourself. It's challenging, but it's not over challenging for a freshman.
I've definitely felt very supported at Edmund Prep. I know that if I'm ever struggling with anything, that there's a faculty member or even peers that are always willing to help me. I've found it very easy to make friends here and to find peers that I could trust. And I think that our school environment allows for a lot of, especially growth from freshmen to seniors, and just personal growth in general that allows you to find support and friends and that maturity when you need it. And there's always faculty members, especially in the main office, or the guidance counselors, or even just, it's easy to make connections with teachers that you could trust as well.
I feel like it's a very open environment, and you guys make it very easy for us to come to with anything about, if academics, anything personal. The classroom is a very nice place to be, and you guys make it very homey. And
the teachers are easy to talk to. If I just walk into the office one day and I go to Miss McGinnis, I can just have a conversation with her, and I don't feel like, oh, she's a teacher, so I have to I can see her as another person. I can talk to her and have a good conversation with her. I can go to her for problems outside of the school, and I also go to her for problems inside of the school, and that goes for all the teachers.
Connections with the teachers, and because they know our names, they know what we're going through. If I'm having a bad day, they check on me, and it's very helpful when you go to school, because I don't know, I don't want to just be known as a number. Here I'm known as a good person, and my values are heard and my feelings are heard. And if anything goes wrong, if you want to change something, you want to make a club, or if you want to, you're heard here.
I really like engineering, and I really want to go into the engineering field. And it's I feel like the STEAM program would be a good program to help guide me and just start me off on the right path. And it has all these different options that you could take, and it's kind of endless possibilities of what you want to do. All the teachers, first of all, they're all amazing. They're all nice. They can relate to you, they can teach you. It's like talking to a family member, It's there's still love there and still a friendship, but there's also still that respect that they demand, that they should have.
I feel like you guys really let us have a say in our own education. We have a lot of options of what we want to learn, what we can do, and you help us and make it fun for us to learn, and give us a lot of opportunities to branch out into different opportunities, subjects and stuff like that.
I really like how everything is self-guided but still supported. I still feel supported by my teachers, and even though we will do work on our own at times and we will have our own self-assessments, the fact that there's always teachers and staff always there to help me if I ever need it. I know I can always knock on a teacher's door if I need to after school or before school hours, and I can get help if there's something I don't understand. I never feel like I'm on my own. I always feel there's someone there to support me if I need it.
Everything about being a student here is the diversity in everything. So I'm a full IB student. I've also taken some AP classes, but I'm also really good friends with the kids on the soccer team because I played soccer there. I'm also really good friends with the people on the swim team, in theater. There's so many overlaps of the types of kids, and it's not grouped in any way. You could be a part of one group and have best friends in another, and it makes no difference.
They make it fun, it's not always note-taking and test preparing and test taking. There's a lot of talking with each other and talking with teachers and doing things together in group work and experiments and lab time if you ever care about the sciences. It's fun. You get to do a lot of things.
The teachers at Edmund Prep don't allow for you to stay where you are. They keep pushing you to get better, because even if you start at a grade level, there's always room for improvement, and they just want you to become the best version of yourself, both in the classroom and outside of it.